Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan salam sejahtera. Today we'll be discussing on the chapter of training and development. Okay, so we'll be looking at the scope of training and development and the strategy aspects and how actually training need assessment should be done. And of course, what kind of the factors that must be taken into account when designing a training program, training delivery methods, and how exactly the programs are evaluated. Okay, so first thing first, we are looking at the scope of training. Okay, training biasanya kita akan relatekan dengan apa sahaja initiative organisation to make sure that the organisation members can learn faster. Okay, and then the learning the culture will be instilled towards the training process. Okay. However, many experts also distinguish between training, which tends to be more narrowly focused and oriented towards a short-term performance concerns and development. Okay. Which tends to be oriented more toward broadening an individual skills for future responsibilities. If you are here today, taking your degree for the scope of your job, okay, means you want to be someone in your line of career, maknanya you are in the development, not training. Okay, training kita pergi pada narrowly focus ataupun more pada short term performance concerns. Okay, so the two terms tend to be combined into a single phrase, training and development, because benda tu melibatkan the increase of knowledge and skills. Okay, and of course, research already proved that organizations' revenue, overall profitability are actually correlated to the amount training. Okay, and strategic approach to training, of course, bila dalam macam ni managers ataupun the first line atas subordinate ni lah should keep a close eye on their firm's goals and strategies and orient their training accordingly. Okay, managers should realize that not all of a firm strategic initiative can be accomplished with training. Tak semua benda boleh settle dengan training. Oh, dia datang lewat pergi hantar training pengurusan masa. Not all of that. Okay, lagi pula dengan keadaan pandemik macam ni, that will not be the main solution bila pekerja ada masalah. Okay, not all training programs, no matter how widely they are adopted by either organizations, will be a strategic imperative for the firm. Okay, so of course dekat setiap organisasi dia ada seorang yang akan menguruskan sama ada training ini perlu atau tidak untuk setiap cases. Okay, chief learning officers, a high-ranking executive responsible for fostering employee learning and development within the firm. Okay, right? Okay, moving on. Okay, this is a strategic model of training and development. If you look at this chart, you will see that the first phase, okay, phase 1, the need assessment. This is exactly the question will be, what training does the firm really need? Masa ni lah nak kena tanya dekat organisasi awak, what kind of trainings individu tu perlukan. Okay. So kalau you tengok kat sini, dia ada organisation, dia ada task analysis, dia ada person analysis. We'll be looking at this later. And the phase 2 ialah, given on those needs yang atas tadi tu, siapa yang perlukan ni, dia kena fikir how should the training will be designed ataupun structured. Okay, bukan suka-suka buat. Dia yang nak training kan. Of course, kalau you yang nak training untuk staff you kena fikir apa sebenarnya objektif yang perlu ada untuk pastikan training yang diberikan tu akan mencapai objektif yang you nak untuk the sake of organizational goals. Okay, phase 3 will be the implementation. Okay, how should the program will be delivered and why exactly you pilih the method. Okay, and the last one will be, how can the firm tell if the training program is really working, right? So these are exactly the strategic model of training development. Okay, okay, the phase 1, okay, yang nak tahu kenapa training tu diperlukan. Okay, apa sebab nak buat training tu. The hard skills, the tangible and teachable skills needed to do a job. And the soft skills sebenarnya subjective skills that are harder to measure. Contohnya lah, ada orang tanya, perangai macam mana nak measure ya? Right? If you are thinking about this when listening to my video, just take a look kata ataupun just think about it. How exactly you want to measure your perangai in your organisation or your attitude, to put in a very kata layman terms lah. How you want to measure your attitudes towards your job. Okay, there are certain things that we look when we kata bila kita nak tengok training punya need ni. Bila kita nak tengok sama ada perangai tu ada kena-mengena dengan kerja atau tidak. Okay, so perangai contohnya datang lewat sebab bangun pagi lambat. So maknanya is his or her punya masalah sendiri, personal. Kalau katakan dia datang lambat tu because of transport, because of benda-benda yang dia tak boleh control, okay, because dia tak ada transport lagi, okay, dia tengah kumpul duit nak beli deposit kereta ataupun motor, some things that you need to see kenapa dia datang lambat, dan itu bukan memerlukan latihan. Okay, that needs some adjustment. Something like that lah. So, bila kita tengok sendiri hard skills training ni, on the job training for new hires. Okay, ni contoh-contoh dia lah. Basic skills training, budgeting, accounting, training, machinery operating ni contoh. Okay, kalau soft skills, ethics training, diversity training, leadership training, communications training, team training, time management training pun ada. Ada orang bagi kan, memang ada pun. Okay. So, this is need assessment for training kalau nak tengok dari segi organisation, task ataupun performs. Okay, kita tengok organisation dulu. Alright, organisation maknanya kita nak tengok daripada environment kerja tu, strategi organisasi tu, resources to determine whether to where to emphasize training. Kalau task pula kita nak tengok sama ada apa kerja dia, task dia yang memerlukan semua kriteria daripada knowledge, skill, attitude tu akan digunakan untuk membuat ataupun menyelesaikan sesuatu task yang diberikan. Kalau person analysis, macam mana prestasi kerja dia, macam mana knowledge kerja dia, macam mana skill dia, in order to determine who needs the training. Okay, so organization analysis ni apa dia sebenarnya? Okay, kita tengok orang kata secara detailnya, is an examination of an organization environment goals, okay, strategies, performance and resources, so as to determine what training it should do. Okay, HR biasanya dia akan collect data such as information on the quality of a firm's goods or services, and of course dia akan tengok pada absenteeism. Okay, kita akan tengok pada turnover and the number of accidents. Yes, number of accidents also determines whether training is needed or not. The availability of potential replacement and the time required to train them are important factors in organisation analysis. Sebab tu kat sini selalunya kita bonding ke. Okay, so other issues include technological change, innovation, globalization, quality and process improvement, mergers and acquisition, restructuring, economic issues, public policy issues, dan contohnya yang kita tengah hadapi ni lah bila kita nak sesuaikan dengan keadaan pandemik ini. Okay, conducting an organization analysis also involve examining a firm's resources, technological dia, financial dia dan human dia. Okay, nak bekerja daripada rumah tapi server kat office tak cover untuk line keluar orang kata, ataupun data keluar daripada rumah sebab dia pakai intranet, dia tak pakai internet. So benda-benda contoh macam tu pun perlu difikirkan juga. Right, task analysis dia nak tengok kepada apa dia? Process of determining a training program's content by studying the task, okay, and duties to a job involved. Competency assessment and analysis of the sets of skill, knowledge and needed for a decision-oriented and knowledge-intensive job. Okay, ni very direct lah. Okay, kalau person analysis pula, dia lebih kepada determining the specific individual, okay, who needs training in an organization. Person analysis help organization avoid providing all employees training when some do not need it. Tak semua orang perlukan training. Ada orang okey je. A person analysis helps manager determine what prospective trainees are able to do currently so that the programs can be designed to provide training that will benefit them. Of course. Okay. Performance appraisal information. Ini adalah antara sources bila nak bantu sama ada kenapa training tu perlu dibuat kepada individu itu. Kita akan tengok kepada dia punya appraisal juga. Right? Okay, ini just what if you have listened to me, orang kata just now babbling about all the training needs, okay, you tengok balik organisasi. You just put in your mind, okay, apa sebenarnya training needs in your organisation. Okay, so after the needs are determined, what is the next step? Okay, itu yang kita nak tengok. So of course, phase 2 lah kita nak tengok design. Okay, sebab tu bukan senang nak jadi trainer ni sebenarnya. Not everyone, dia senangnya jadi trainer bercakap. Okay, sebab tu saya kalau jadi trainer pun, I would like to customize my own, orang kata, my own module based on the needs of the organisation itself. Okay, so once you have assessed your firm's training needs, the next step is to design, of course. Okay, so expert says that you kena tengok objective you. Okay, instructional objective ialah the desired outcomes of a training program. Okay, readiness of trainees and their motivation, and principles of learning and characteristics of instructors. Nanti saya akan bagi awak contoh assignment pelajar-pelajar saya yang dia buat training program. Okay, it was very interesting sebab at the age of the young age, diploma level dia dah boleh create training program. Very interesting. Okay, you boleh choose dia you nak dengar yang mana. Right? So ini antara 4 related issues bila nak design training tu ialah the objective, the readiness of trainees, and of course their motivation, and the principles of learning, and of course characteristic of instructors. Okay, ini ialah principles of learning lah. Maknanya bila nak belajar kita akan tengok semua kata factors ini. Right, kita akan tengok experiential learning, kita akan tengok whole versus part learning, active practice and repetition, individual differences, goal setting, modeling, meaningfulness of presentation, feedback and reinforcement, masked, distributed and continuous learning. Kita bukan sengaja buat training, okay? Semua tu kena diberikan consideration, diberikan kata pemerhatian yang teliti. Okay, kalau you tengok kat sini, alright, in many learning situations, there are times when progress does not occur. Okay, so maknanya bila jadi kat sini ni, maknanya dia peletau. Peletau can occur because of reduced motivation or because person can get discouraged when he or she does not always perform a new task as well as you just hope. Okay, peletau pula boleh jadi contohnya bila you cuba untuk diet, bila you cuba untuk exercise, tapi badan tak turun-turun juga. Itu maknanya badan you kena lebih lagi ataupun you need to see what's wrong with your kata diet management. Okay, ini sama juga dalam training. Okay, dia tak dapat rasa yang dia memberikan orang kata input maksimal, output maksimal kepada kerja dia. So maknanya dia dah sampai ke tahap dia discourage lah dengan apa yang dia buat sekarang ni. Okay, we don't want that to happen lah kan. Kalau boleh kita nak tahu. Okay, so choosing the right training method, sekejap ya. Choosing the right training method depends on the knowledge, skills and attitudes or other characteristics to be learned. Multiple training methods are often used in conjunction with different types of learners. Okay, so not everyone macam you sekarang ni tengah dengar saya bercakap ni, tak semua orang boleh terima orang kata online learning, mesti nak jumpa juga. But when times come, we need to be like this, we have to lah. Okay, right, this are the training method. Kalau you tengok classroom instruction 41%, okay, training hours delivered by method. Online 30%. Ini slide yang lama tapi pun dah ada online dah, blended learning. Kenapa online ni? Sebab some of the organisation dah start orang kata recorded all the trainers punya input, and then dia just siarkan dan dia pastikan awak kena berada di hadapan kamera untuk listen throughout the whole orang kata session. Right, virtual classroom, okay, instructor from a remote location, social media learning, collaboration, mobile devices. I think bila kita dah online kata era ni, IT semua kita dah buat dah ni. Okay, untuk pembelajaran kita lah. Okay, so what are exactly on the job training? Okay, a method by which employees are given hands-on experience with instructions from their supervisor or other trainer. Okay, ini adalah sebenarnya cara yang paling common lah untuk pastikan awak terus belajar. Biasanya kalau awak tengok method ni dekat supermarket, okay, bila cashier yang masuk baru, dia akan di-assistkan oleh orang yang lama. A system in training in which a worker entering the skill traits is given through instruction and experience, both on and off the job. Ini kalau apprenticeship lah. Kalau special assignment, maknanya they involve assigning trainees who are often but not always on managerial tracks to different jobs in different areas of firm, often different regions and countries. Dia akan tengok lah, right? So prepare, reassure, orient, perform, evaluate and reinforce and review. Ini you boleh baca, kemudian nanti you akan tengok sebenarnya bila kita nak on job training ni bukan semua kerja yang boleh on job training. You need to prepare what exactly you nak bagi dia sebenarnya. You need to reassure that you bagi pekerja tu dalam keadaan yang paling selesa. Takut. Sebab dia takut dia tengah terus kerja tanpa tahu apa dia nak buat. You bayangkan pilot yang tak pernah ada kata dia tak ada ambil latihan simulation tu, tiba-tiba nak kena pegang kapal terbang. Of course lah, takut. Orient, you kena tunjuk macam mana cara yang betul nak buat kerja. Perform, kena bagi dia buat kerja and then bagi tunjuk kalau katakan ada mistake ke, apa yang terjadi kena tunjuk, evaluate and of course reinforce and review. Okay. So implementing the training program, training delivery methods, okay. Ini adalah contohnya lah macam saya sebut tadi kan, cooperative training. Ni cooperative training ialah combines practical on the job experience with formal educational classes. Kita pun ada simulation, okay, used when it's either impractical or unwise to train employees on the actual equipment used on the job. Contohnya lah kapal terbang, tak boleh terus bagi dia pegang kapal terbang, payah nanti gang. Okay, kita ada games, okay. Kita ada e-learning. We are exactly doing this right now. Okay, training sessions. Kalau micro learning, training sessions that take place in a very short time frame. Usually 5 minutes or less. 5 minutes learning. Yes, ada juga company yang buat macam ni. Right? Behavior modeling, a learning approach in which work behaviors are modeled, demonstrated and trainings are asked to mimic them. Pun ada juga. Kita ada role playing. Kita ada coaching. Alright, kita ada blended learning. Alright. So the use of both in-person classroom learning and online learning. And then kita ada case study. Kita akan bagi material dan kita akan minta you all bridge the gap between the theories presented and how actually they can be practiced in the organisation. Okay, kita pun ada juga tambahannya ialah orientation training and onboarding, basic skills training, team training, cross training. Okay. Right. Kalau orientation ni apa dia? Orientation sebenarnya is an introduction to other employees and of course is just an outline. Okay. And then dia akan tunjukkan siapa list chain of command awak. Okay. Dia ada explanation, the organisation purpose and strategic goal. Nak bagi awak semua kata familiar with the husband. Okay, we'll be looking at the evaluating training program. So the evaluating training program, we're looking at the effectiveness of training can be evaluated on several criteria. Participation's reaction, okay, the amount of learning they have required, their behavioral changes on the job, bottom line result, and some of these criteria are easier to measure than others, but each is important in that it provides different information about the success of the training. Okay. So overall kalau you tengok sini sebenarnya daripada reaction akan datang learning, akan datang results, ada behavior. But I cannot say that whether this one will be the main important character from this one. Okay. Or this one. Right. Or this one. Okay. Sebab yang penting ialah bila kita nak tengok sebenarnya apa yang sebenarnya orang nak tengok ialah how exactly training tu sebenarnya mendapat how to training exactly can measure the performance given means training can measure the performance gap tu. Okay, right? So reaction maybe everyone can say yes, I'm happy with the training. Okay, but bila result, adakah training tu menunjukkan yang sebenarnya happy tu correlate dengan apa yang dia dah belajar? Who knows? Behavior, adakah bila pergi dengan training tu akan mendapat sedikit pertambahan kata ethics and integrity dari segi membuat kerja tu? Depends. So sebab tu bila nak buat instructional objective tu kena very meticulous. Okay. So that's it for the chapter of training. Okay. Thank you very much for listening. Assalamualaikum.